You might not know this, but the world is teeming with life.
What goes on in the body?
There's something special about
growing and
this particular
the
community.
mind has endless capabilities.
There's a lot of
Heavy metals interrupt
DNA.
ATP synthase.
ATP. Okay, there's the cell wall, but there's also
we can
the
learn so
membrane.
much about our ancestry reading.
And I think we're moving more and more
the
towards
entire body.
more of this.
What are they teaching? Bunch of systems.
There are worlds that we haven't even
DNA polymerase
seen yet. Why does
all in a drop of water.
doctors know
The
a lot?
university is the key.
There's more in our bodies that we don't know about than we do. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Beyond Being Well.
Yes. Welcome.
You're hearing two of us right now. My name is Sai Szynski.
And my name is Dr. Ryan Keegan. Even though I'm not a doctor, I like to think of myself as one with that medical knowledge.
Yeah, it's more of a nickname. And so we've been talking about starting a podcast for a while now.
Yeah, we want to get our message out there because we have a lot of thoughts about science, health mainly. And that's what this podcast
And being
is
well.
About. So health is what this is about. A little bit about myself. I am 25 years old. I was enrolled at university. I was really appalled at what they were teaching, so I dropped out and really went on a journey to delve into the sciences, get to the core of biology, like go in within myself.
What does it mean to be alive?
Exactly.
That kind of thing.
And I came out the other side a new man with so much information.
And we kind of want to share that. I have a little bit of a different story. I went to university for all 4 years, unfortunately.
What university?
It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter because the degree is worthless. And it's all kind of BS, really, frankly. And so I'm kind of more on the learning end. Well, we're always learning, right?
We're always learning.
That's one of our lessons here.
I've never stopped learning.
I'm a lifelong learner, but I'm more of a learner is what I'm trying to say. Like I'm more of a learner in this scenario of this podcast.
Like, you haven't really explored what I have yet.
Yes.
But you're getting there and we're doing it together.
And it's kind of I'm kind of the audience's ears and eyes.
I'm the master.
And I'm the disciple of science.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we're both disciples to the greater science.
Yeah, the Mother Earth.
Yep. That connects us. But that's a whole nother.
That's probably another episode, the deep connection there.
So how we know each other?
I was reading a magazine, and there was a really interesting article in there, and it was at a coffee shop. Ryan walks by, he points it out, he said, "Oh, have you read that article?" And I was like, "Oh, no, I'm actually just starting reading the article."
Yeah,
and instead of reading the rest, I kind of just let him tell me the rest.
Yeah, I helped him through it, and then the article was about the mitochondrion, right?
Yes.
And
explain what that is again.
So the mitochondrion is an organelle within the cell, animals and plants. It generates loads of ATP, which is energy
ATP
for
is
the
key.
whole body.
Something I've been learning.
And that article was talking about heavy metals and the dangers that they present to mitochondrion.
And therefore the human being.
Yeah, because without it, you're nothing.
Yeah. So that's kind of the story behind how we met. And we kept talking about science and learning about health and those types of things. And we talked about doing the podcast for a while. And the reason it's taken this long is that...
Yeah, so I just got back from Costa Rica. Pura Vida. I've been going on retreats. I think this makes my 23rd retreat outside the U.S. Total retreats, it'll be around 30, including the U.S. retreats. And this has just been that was an amazing experience. I recommend retreats to anyone who wants to get involved, like the whole body, into a healthful experience. So this retreat took place in Costa Rica, like I said, involved exploring wildlife, the connection that occurs in nature when you're in it.
It's almost sacred,
Yeah,
you could say.
and so I was there in the jungle, the cloud forest Monteverde,
Monteverde.
and we were there barefoot with my three close friends. Enrique.
I wasn't there.
No, you weren't there. You should come next time. I'll buy
We'll
you a
see.
ticket if you want.
Yeah.
So Enrique, Hernandez, and I forget the last person's name, from Costa Rica, indigenous people, a beautiful people, by the way.
It's a great community there,
Um,
I've heard.
It is. I can confirm that.
Okay.
So we were there walking barefoot through the trails. And initially, I was scared because there are so many toxins in the jungle and poisons.
Is that
from animals?
From animals, not from like corporations or anything.
No, it's actually very clean there. And initially I was scared, as I was saying, but I realized that the day after I slept like a stone. This is because barefoot walking helps with your circadian rhythm.
So what's circadian rhythm?
It is your biological clock.
Biological clock.
A set of hormones that go off at different times according to the light and the rotation of the Earth around the sun. But anyway, many people have trouble having their circadian rhythms in line with the actual sun and day-night cycles that happen. So what they need to do is get out and just put a foot on grass.
And it's just a reset. Like one step.
One step.
So where were you walking to?
We were walking to the tribal village of Iraname, and there I was greatly shocked because I'd only heard rumors about toad excretion therapy.
Is this Bufo?
You're correct. That's what they called it there.
I've heard a little bit about this. So it has to do with the glands of the toad and the venom.
So a little history lesson about a history science lesson. So these shaman in these villages would take vast amounts of psychedelics, like so much that they'd have these spiritual trips, and then they'd bring the wisdom back and spread it through the village. So Bufo is one of these old shaman techniques.
Yeah, and I've read a little bit about it. It's sort of like the gland and the venom is involved of a very poisonous.
It is
very venomous, and you can actually I believe you can take the toad either with a drop on the tongue.
People were doing that,
or skin behind the ear, and supposedly it's an immune system boost. I mean, it's not a pleasant experience at all.
Now, I didn't do it. I didn't think I was ready.
Yeah.
Like, in my heart, I didn't think I was ready to go on a trip of that nature. But as I was seeing, I could just tell from the skin of the people that were doing it that they were getting an insane immune boost.
You could see the immune boost on their face.
Yeah, their faces puff up, and I could tell that their white blood cell count was
through the roof.
Exponential growth, and that any pathogens within them were just becoming destroyed. The immune system was working at a
level
rate
we haven't seen.
We haven't seen it.
We
Really.
haven't seen.
But
in the Western culture, we haven't seen it.
Bufo shows us that it is possible with a substance that we thought was poisonous, and it is venomous.
It's contradictory, much like most science. It's sort of the things that you're being told are correct are actually wrong and helpful to you. So that's sort of lesson one. That the big takeaway here is, you know, don't judge things that are what they seem, because they may be something different. They may in fact be the opposite.
Poisons may be antidotes. Antidotes may
Maybe
be
poisons.
toxic.
So another thing I wanted to bring up before we end this show today is about. I just wanted to point out. I mean, I wish we had video here because this is funny. I mean, this is really funny. But Ryan here is just a lobster. I mean, he's red. He got sunburned. I mean, pretty bad.
But the amount of vitamin D that I got was insane, and I could feel it in my mood.
But so here's the thing: you won't admit this, but you like getting sunburned for that reason, right?
No, getting sunburn is potentially cancerous.
Exactly. I mean, that's why most people would say that it's bad.
I don't like getting sunburn.
But you do it anyway.
It is a necessary evil?
Wait, it's sort of back to the lesson then. It's kind of, oh, you might consider there's something bad here, but I'm going to...
A little lesson on vitamin D. It is a lipid-soluble vitamin. That means it can travel through the cell membrane.
Yeah, there's
a key structure.
You know, there's the cell wall. We think of that a lot, but there's also the cell membrane.
So, lipid-soluble vitamin helps with your immune system. So imagine Costa Ricans living in the extreme sunlight with Bufo.
I mean, that's why they live to 108.
It is a blue zone.
It is a blue zone.
Blue zones are areas on the planet that have extremely high life expectancies.
We're not one of them here in the U.S.
No, we have one of the mediums.
Worse. Mediums. Yeah.
But our cardiac health is lowering it. Also, suicide skews it a little bit.
Yeah. Okay, that's an interesting thing because sometimes we have to admit we don't know. We don't know everything.
We don't know a lot, but we do know
a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We also know a lot.
We know a lot, but there's answers to questions that we don't know.
And that brings us to our second lesson: is trust yourself, trust the information out there. But also, don't trust everything because you don't know where you're getting it from.
Yeah, the sources could be, even us, really. I mean, we're a pretty good source.
Don't trust us, but also trust us if you hear it and
believe it.
Yeah. What I learned from over 20 retreats in the U.S. and outside of it was that all of the information, experiences, knowledge, medical appliances that were going on were 100% true and accurate. But that doesn't mean that all of them were viable for me in certain situations of life that change all the time.
Yeah, because life is variable. And therefore,
that is such a good point.
Yeah, that maybe is what
and
number 2
our bodies suffer from that variability.
Yeah, but we have to be prepared for it.
That's why you gather as much as you can, go on retreats, explore what's out there, not just in your hometown, but in Costa Rica.
For instance, yeah. And it's a lot, and the immune system analogy also is a life analogy. You give it these experiences, give it the Bufo, give it the reset on the ground, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And I think this is a good time to say that I'll be going onto a retreat next month to Scandinavia for cryotherapy.
And that'll be exciting to...
It's a blooming field, and I'll be back talking about it with you.
Yeah, because I'm curious about it too.
And
I have to actually stay behind, but I'll be excited to learn about it. And I'll be learning with the audience.
Yeah.
Next week or next month, right? Next month. So thank you all for listening.
Yeah, thank you.
This has been a successful
episode of Beyond Being Well. I'm Ryan Keegan.
And I'm Cy Szynski. Thank you very much.